This is Lady Myya. Hello, you guys. We are back with another podcast. So, you guys, I got my sister Sledge over here, Miss Angela Shackleford. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful woman. What I want you guys to know is she is a life coach, but not just any life coach, because this is what she focuses on, which is the mindful manifest life solutions. I'm telling you, she is also a radio personality, so we definitely connected on that one. Definitely, definitely. So my Mayan tribe, please welcome Miss Angela Shackleford. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We are wonderful, beloved. We are so wonderful. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm telling you, I am super stoked to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so please tell us the name of your business, beloved.
The name of my business is called Mindful Manifestations Life Solutions LLC. Yep.
So tell us, what are you finding, dear heart?
Right now, I'm finding that we are in a day and time where people are wanting more. I think more than ever in history, people are kind of connected to something. They are connected to more of a higher calling. It's no more living that same mundane life that we've been accustomed to living. I think that people now are looking to actually live more fulfilled lives, doing things that they're happy about. And nobody has time to, let's say, be in jobs for 20, 30 years that you don't even like. Why are you there? And so just in this day and time, I just think that people are wanting to do more, but the problem is because we've not been taught that from years past. A lot of people are stuck on the how to get there.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yes, that is very true. That's very true. I think a lot of people are getting to the point where they're just kind of like short circuiting. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. I do agree wholeheartedly.
Listen, um, I want you to tell my Mayan tribe about this radio show, please.
Well, yeah, Lady Myya. I'd be glad to. The name of it's so funny because the name of I'm Lady A for radio purposes, right? And so the name of my radio show is called Truth is Power Hour with Lady A. And on my radio show, we try to talk about things that are important to people. I don't talk about a lot of trash. Like, I don't care about who's doing who or who's with who or anything like that. But we talk about real life stuff that people are dealing with. Just recently, we had, I did a segment on single, independent, and over 35. So, what does that look like? And some of the challenges that come with dating once you're over a certain age. I did a segment here a couple weeks back, and I interviewed a couple that had been married for 50 plus years. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Myya. I don't know if I can't even imagine what 50 something years of marriage looks like. And so that's why I was so happy to talk to them, because I wanted to know how in this day and time, what do you have to do to have that kind of stick and stay power? Because I'm married and I love being married, and I believe in keeping it real. That's why the name of it is Truth is Power, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Sometimes when my husband get on my nerves, I'm thinking, it's gonna take all I have just to get to next week, let alone 55 years, right?
How
So
about that?
that was such a powerful show, though. They really gave us some really good nuggets that just really, it was really kind of the core of what it takes to be married, and it was really good. And so that those are the types of topics that I try to cover. And like right now, I'm looking to do some overcoming segments on people that have overcome different things from abuse, whatever it is, that are just willing to share their story.
Right. Ooh, that is interesting. Okay. Now, you said you wanted to try to see if you can get some more stories. Tell us, what type of stories were you looking for?
Well, especially, and clearly I'm an African American woman, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of our stories are untold, and that comes from a lot of the upbringing that we've had.
Right.
Because, like, when I was growing up, you didn't talk about your problems to anybody. And so it wasn't that the problems didn't exist in our community, it was just that we didn't talk about it. And
Right.
so there was pedophilia in our community, there was homosexuality in our community, there was domestic abuse in our communities as well. Again, but we were taught that you just pray about it and you don't tell anybody. But so there are so many untold stories of people that have triumphed and overcame different situations. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have an email that if you're interested in sharing your story,
Okay.
um, and this is truth is power radio at gmail.com, because again, we have overcome so much, and we have overcome it without people in our business per se. But you know what, this is the day and time too, though. People are going to get healed by us telling our story,
Yes.
because people need to know that they're not alone. And so I'm looking for people that have overcome some types of abuse, whether it was domestic abuse, whether it was sexual abuse, whether it was mental abuse. And you're willing to share your story, because you don't know who's out there and that's going to be listening, that needs to hear what you have to say. And just because you were brave enough to tell your story, you're going to change somebody's life.
True. Ooh, they say this is what the church say. The church
No.
say
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to get my church voice, y'all. The
Okay.
church say
Mm.
that you go through things, so
Mhm.
you can get through to the person that you supposed to get through to. And so you can't talk to somebody else that you ain't even had those type of advancements or situations. So
Mm.
you can't preach and you can't teach to nobody but yourself. That's what mother would have said.
And wait a minute, and to that, Lady Maya, I would say that the devil is a liar, right? because, but we do go through the things that we go through because they help other people.
Yes.
And a lot of times, see, we again, going back to what we were taught, when we had to keep it to ourselves, because everything was taboo in our
It's
community.
very.
It was the forbidden discussion, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, no, you have got, how are you going to help someone who has gone through a similar situation if you don't tell them what you went through? I believe in keeping your business to yourself. Okay, yeah, yeah, got it, right? But at the same time, you need to open, if you really want to make an impact and you really want to help people get that healing that they so desperately need, you're going to have to open up your mouth and you're going to have to speak.
Right. Well, okay. Now, when you say something like that, I got a question.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I
So
got answers.
I know that's right. I'm asking the right one. So when you say to open your mouth, a lot of people are shying away from getting help mentally. You see what I'm saying? Especially in our community. It's like, oh, you can't go to the therapy. What they say? What they say? Don't go to the therapy. That's for them Caucasian people, because they crazy, and that's why they have to go and talk to somebody. But we just as crazy, if not crazier. Why we can't talk to people? I don't want
Yes, ma'am. And Lady Myya, I'm gonna have to say that you to say that again for the people in the back who didn't hear you, since we up in church service this morning. Okay. Okay. But this is it's really unfortunate though,
yes,
Myya, that, and again, this is a stereotype. This is what we've been taught, and this is the reason why. To me, our crazy is a different type of crazy, right? Because we try to go through everything by ourselves. Now the
yes,
problem is that, yeah, you can go to Jesus and Jesus will fix it. I get all of that, but see,
right.
sometimes when the only voice that you're listening to is your own, it's hard.
It
It
make it
is
worse.
hard in order for you to come out of a specific place. And
Yes,
so, if God did not want you to use coaches and therapists, right? Because guess what? The coaches and therapists, they come from God too. He gave them the talent because He knows that we cannot do it all by ourselves. And sometimes you need that unbiased opinion, not your family, not your friends who already know all of your business and they cannot give you an unbiased response to your
thank you.
problem. You need somebody who can look from the outside looking in and
Yes,
see that thing objectively, and so that they can help you and see what you don't see.
you better preach it. Okay, pass the collection plate, y'all. Okay, hey. It ain't 10%, but it's something.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing because, like, if only we were so much more open to the fact that we can't do it by ourselves, like you said.
Because you really want to talk to someone who's unbiased, right?
Oh yes,
Because
yes,
and so I'm going to give you an example,
yes.
okay? Because let's say you and I both are married, right?
Mhm.
And we know that all relationships have problems. I don't care how compatible you are, how much you love each other, right? So you and your husband, you have some issues, and you go talk to your family and friends about it, right?
Mhm.
Well, talk to them because you were planning on leaving him, right? You were just venting,
Mhm.
okay?
Right.
And then what happens is when you and your spouse make up, your family and friends are still holding on to whatever that negative thing you said.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes.
he don't ever wash the dishes, whatever it is, right? And so now every time see him, they're thinking in their mind, yeah, there he go. I bet you he still ain't washing no dishes, right? But now you and him, you guys have talked about it, you've worked on it, and now he is an active participant in the relationship, right?
Right.
And you guys have moved on, but now from that
Everybody else
point,
hasn't.
everybody else has not. But when you actually seek the help or seek someone who is unbiased, who does all of those intricate details of your relationship in your life, right? They can provide a fresh new perspective
Yes.
on your situation that maybe you hadn't even considered before,
Right.
right? And they can give you advice and suggestions. Well, maybe have you thought about doing it this way? Or have you thought about that? Something that you have never even considered. And this is why when you are someone who is trained, because powerful people ask powerful questions, and
Yes.
so they are going to ask the question that is going to help you to peel back the layers like an onion, right? You're going to peel back those layers of all of those different things that are going on in your life so that you can get down to the core of what's really going on.
Yes. See, right there. This is why we need to speak to someone, a professional. Because sometimes we don't even think about it. We
That's
just in our feelings and just doing the most, right?
Hmm.
And it just don't make sense to us right then and there until we would have to ask ourselves the right questions, but we don't know the right questions to ask ourselves because we so close to the situation.
That's exactly right.
So now you can talk to Angela.
That's right, because you do, and you said something that was very pivotal in this conversation too, is because we don't know what we don't know. Point blank, period, right? We don't know what we don't know. And when you are in the midst, especially of a storm in your life, your mind is kind of one tracked. And so it is very difficult for you to even imagine what the solution is, right? But when you speak to a professional, someone who is trained and someone who is used to dealing with the situations, repeatedly, they can assist you, and it might be just some minor little adjustment that you need to make that will make the difference in your life. And speaking to somebody, and I am such an advocate of this because not only just because I am a life coach, but because this has been something that has been hidden almost from us for so many years. And so you have so many people dealing with problems unnecessarily. And if I could have just a transparent moment for a second, Myya. Um, Now, prior to this marriage, I was married before in the past. And that was during the time where there were, I was unfamiliar with coaching and therapy. So, what it took me more than a decade to get over, right? See, now through coaching and therapy and those different things, you can now recover and transition way faster than I had to do because I didn't have anybody to talk to. Because when I got my divorce, I was literally the first person in my immediate family to go through a divorce. So who was I going to talk to?
You can't
Who?
talk to nobody.
I didn't have to talk to nobody that knew what I was going through. And so I had to figure it all out by myself. Well, guess what? When you are speaking to somebody, whether it's a life coach or a therapist or whatever, they do this for a living. So they know, they've heard it all, they've seen it all. And so therefore they can give you some of those quick different things that you can recover, and you don't have to go through it for 10 years like I did.
Ain't that something? I'm good. I understand. Completely.
Okay. It happens,
It
you know.
does. Um, I think it's so powerful that, people are even out there now. We have a lot more resources such as yourself that are willing and able to actually talk to people where they are, not to make you seem like, okay, first off, you know how you go to church, right? And they say, come as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Therapists, coaches say, come
Mm-hmm.
as you are. They
Mm-hmm.
gonna help. They not looking for you to look all clean and put together, anything like that. You are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you look like. You gotta know, if your inside is messed up, you look all toe up on the outside. That's
Yes.
just real. Like, cause you gonna have every type of attitude. You gonna snap at everybody on the way there,
Mm-hmm.
cause you feel some type of way, and it don't look good, y'all. You know that don't look good. Come on, you know.
That's right. My dad used to have a saying because my dad was a preacher, and he used to
Okay.
always say that sin make you look bad. But you
Mm-hmm.
know what? And one of the things that I tell people all the time is it does not matter how much money you're making or how well you're doing professionally or anything like that. But when your is messed up, It affects everything, okay? Like you just said, you in a bad mood, you snapping on people, whatever the case is. But I can guarantee you, when your personal life is jacked up, it affects your whole life, your productivity, your everything.
It does. And people, I guess, a lot of people have it in their minds
Mm-hmm.
that, oh, well, you just gonna be sitting there listening to me. And I could do all this by myself. First off, you can't get yourself together. So why would do you think that somebody else can't? And like, okay, when you get your hair done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do your hair or do you go to the salon?
Right, I go to the
That's what
salon.
I'm saying.
And wait a minute, and I go to the salon because every time I try to do it by myself, it out the way that my cosmetologist does it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's a reason other people need to do things because don't they say the salon is like therapy? It's not really, but
Right.
if you feel good, if you look good, you feel good. Boo crappery. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
can say that. That's my show. So like, I'm just
Right.
saying, like, if your inside is messed up, your whole everything is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna move on because she's beautiful and she has more stuff. Okay. So like Angela, tell us about the very first time you being a life coach. Like, what made you become the life coach?
Well, I'm going to be honest. Um, as I said, I'm a preacher's kid, and for me, I had very, very strong spiritual roots. Grew up in the church ever since I was couldn't remember, and I wanted to always have an impact, and I wanted to help people, but I wanted to be able to help all people. Okay, and and this is a whole nother show, Myya.
I'm so sorry.
But I had received a lot of prophecy that I was supposed to minister and those types of things, right?
Mhm.
And I just, especially at that time, I just didn't see that from the pulpit because nowadays, especially, it is very difficult when you're talking to people. They're turned. A lot of people are turned off by the very of the word church, okay? And so you're missing a whole bunch of people because they have so many negative thoughts and attachments that are church related. And so I called myself making a deal with God. And I told him, I don't mind. I want to help people and I want to make an impact, but I want to be able to reach all people. It doesn't matter what color you are, or it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whatever, right?
Right.
If you're red, white, blue, it doesn't matter. Um, I love people. I want to help people,
Yeah.
right? And when you were just talking about the whole come as you are, there's no judgment from me because not only am I that unbiased person, but I've gone through some life experiences myself, and we don't have enough time to speak on. So therefore, I am in no place that I can judge you for any part of your life because I've done things in my life that I'm not so proud of, right? And none of us are perfect, and I am constantly striving more and more to become a better person. But what does a better person, what does that look like? And according to who? I ask that question all the time. You're comparing yourself for what, right? Your idea of success and happiness or wealth even, it looks different for everybody. So I can only speak from my level of expertise, my level of training, but I'm not here to judge.
No. Ooh, I love it. Yeah. Tell them, girl. You tell them. Okay. I'm so sorry. I love her. Yes. So Please tell my Myya tribe how to reach you, beloved.
Well, there's always. Let me say, can I say
Oh, please.
do a little
Floor
shameless
is
plug?
yours.
Okay. Okay, so as we talked about from the beginning, I am an emotional success and a life after divorce coach. Okay, that is important because we talk about marriage all the time. You know, when you're getting married, oh, you're the happiest thing. The person is the best thing since the invention of the microwave. You want the whole wide world to know, right? But there are one out of every two married couples that are dealing with divorce, and they don't really know how to talk to anybody about it because it becomes embarrassing. Because you told everybody how great this person is, now you got to tell everybody how it's not working, right? So, life after divorce coaching is becoming very, very popular, and it is so because there are so many people that are stuck in that place, not knowing how to transition out of that married life and dealing with all of the shame, the guilt, the condemnation, and all of those things. Right? I do this. I do this thing called Fear to Fierce. Right? And the fierce is, and I wanted to make sure that I highlighted this. Fierce is fulfilled, inspired, enthusiastic, resilient, courageous, and exceptional. That is the true measure of success. When you live the fierce life, you are a successful person from the inside out, and everything else will follow. So, now that I've said that, you can reach me at feelthefierce.com, or you can go to bestlifeafterdivorcecoach.com. And if you want to call me or text me, you can us at 1-833-367-6978, or send me an email at info@mindfulmanifestations.org.
Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Okay.
I love it.
I know. So if there's anything else you would like to tell my Myya tribe, the floor is definitely yours. I know you started, but definitely.
Yes, and like I said, if you have a story that you want to share and you'd like to be on Truth is Power Hour with Lady A, send me an email at truthispowerradio@gmail.com, and so I can hear what your story is and we can set something up, because the world needs to hear what you have to say.
Yes. Ooh, yes. I'll be on it.
Can't wait, too. I'm excited.
You guys, listen. Please listen to this again. I'm telling you, like, everything that was on here, even if it's not for you, it's for someone you know. Please let them know it's okay. You can talk to someone else. It's not taboo anymore. This is 2021, y'all. Let's get it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, okay. So, you guys know the deal. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm sorry I didn't say that in the very beginning. But you know I got excited. Y'all know I get excitable. What you gonna do? So please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. You know what? We are so open to having a conversation about what was said. Oh my goodness, y'all just don't know, because like we ready. We so ready for that to come. And so if I gotta get her back on here, and we'll do a live if so, you know, and you can ask her the questions yourself, and you know, y'all can do some call-ins and all that other stuff, because a sister girl got a new system. Yeah. And so we're gonna do this, right, you guys? I love you so much. I love you so much. So if you would like to be on Living Your Best Life with Lady Myya, or if you would like to be on the radio show, which is your free will, go ahead and hit me up at, the email is admin@ladymyya.com. That's MYYA. And you know why? Because your homegirl is special. I will be talking to you guys later.